Well, hello, everybody. My name is Paul Hardison with Seadog Travels, and thank you for being here on this Earth Day and for our first new monthly webinar that we are offering from Seadog Travels. And just to give you a brief overview of our company first, Seadog Travels is a travel company for people who love the oceans. We're a tour and travel company, currently based out of Tucson, Arizona, but we serve the US and Caribbean. And we really thank you for being here. And I'm very happy to have our first webinar being all about Star Clippers. This is a tall ship sailing company, and you're going to get to learn all about the ships. And we're very fortunate to have Beth Lindsley Elwood here, who's going to share all the good details about Star Clippers. Just a couple of housekeeping items. Everybody's on mute. If you do have a question during the chat, feel free to put it in the chat box and we will get to it sooner or later. You'll also receive a follow-up from us afterwards, so stay on the lookout for that for your email. And as always, you're welcome to contact us anytime. Anyway, Beth, let's turn it over to you and let's learn about Star Clippers.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you to everyone joining us. Today's travelers are seeking unique experiences that they may share with their loved ones and to build memories of a lifetime. It is our pleasure to introduce you to this authentic sailing experience called Star Clippers, where there is magic in the sails and memories of a lifetime. I'd like you to imagine yourself on the teak deck of a timelessly elegant clipper ship. A warm breeze is blowing softly, and in the background, Vangelis 1492 Conquest of Paradise is playing as the captain and his crew unfurl 54,000 square feet of sail above you. You begin to tingle from head to toe. And as you sail into the sunset, onto tomorrow's next hidden cove, you sigh when you realize this is the most incredible experience I've ever had. Now, won't you join us for the next 30 seconds on board? And although there will be no sound, I know you'll enjoy the ride. So what makes Star Clippers such a uniquely different and an unrivaled type of vacation experience? It's the authentic sailing. We're not a typical cruise. Star Clippers is an exhilarating, highly experiential journey on 3 tall ships, near replicas of the clipper ships from the golden age of sailing, but with modern amenities and accommodations. Your sailing journey is not only uniquely different, but exhilarating, fun, and highly experiential. An actual working sailing vessel with an open bridge policy and unique sailing activities to enjoy. Star Clippers vessels are propelled primarily by the wind, not motoring. Abundant and emission-free, wind propulsion allows a softer footprint on the environment. How apropos that we're sharing this with you on Earth Day. Star Clippers builds their itineraries on the wind charts for an optimal sailing experience 70 to 90% of the time on average. A casual and relaxed ambiance on board for a stress-free vacation where no jackets or ties are ever required. And service with a smile from our entire Star Clippers crew, readily available for anything you need. With international cuisine prepared by our Michelin-trained chefs, you will dine well on board Star Clippers, and all your meals and snacks are included in your Star Clippers pricing. Unique itineraries thoughtfully designed, a combination of must-see destinations worldwide, as well as off-the-beaten-path hidden gems. Exquisite ports of call not accessible to big ships. Authentic and uncrowded. preserved culture, history, and art, and more of your favorite destination. Accommodating only 166 to 227 guests, enjoy a casual and relaxed private yacht-like experience on Star Clipper's magnificent tall ships, sailing vessels with modern accommodations and amenities. No lines, no crowds, and very few decisions. The perfect vacation experience to relax and rejuvenate. Now imagine yourself on a Star Clipper's tall ship, the size of a football field, from end zone to end zone, or one that is a football field and a half long. Star Clipper ships have over 19,000 square feet of deck space on 2 decks. There's plenty of room to roam outdoors, as well as interior spaces to relax and enjoy, all with gorgeous views of the sea. Sailing vessels that sit deep in the water, cutting through and moving forward through the water versus sitting on top of the water like a typical shallow-hulled cruise ship. The movement of the ship is like sitting in a rocking chair, an easy forward and backward movement, which is soothing to the body. Nimble ships that hug coastlines, often anchoring in port and offering our guests very close access to the main attractions. Now let me share with you who sails with Star Clippers. Our guests tend to be mobile, they lead active lifestyles, they're social, and they're outgoing. With no elevators on board, our guests must be able to use the stairs throughout the ship and transition readily into and out of a tender when the ship is at anchor. Our guests are of all ages, 25 to 80 years young. It truly is about the adventure in your heart. Lots of celebration on board Star Clippers, whether it's a honeymoon, anniversary, retirement, family reunion, or many, many other reasons to celebrate life. Families, multi-gen, couples, solo travelers, all enjoy Star Clippers. And of course, we love groups, such as friends and family, or travelers with similar interests. We have guests that are currently sailing on the rivers who appreciate and understand a more intimate type of environment and similar types of itineraries where it's the bucket list and off the beaten path. We've got all types of ocean cruisers sailing with Star Clippers. We have those that have never sailed or cruised on any type of ship experience. And those of you that truly never would like to do a cruise, Star Clippers is not a typical cruise, so we invite you to join us as well for, again, a unique sailing experience. Certainly, if you love the water like I do, perhaps you're a boater or a sailor yourself, these guests thoroughly enjoy our open bridge policy and the overall experience on board. One of the great things to share about you, we know you're going to love it. Over 60% of our guests repeat the first year. So as you work with Seadog Travels, we find that perfect itinerary and sail date and best offer and cabin availability. We know you're going to love it, and he will be prepared to ask you upon your return, where can I book you next on Star Clippers? Now let's explore life on board. Star Clippers has an open bridge policy, which means that you have that opportunity to interact with the captain and his officers, as well as taking advantage of unique sailing activities. Those might include climbing the midship mast for a view 100 feet off the top deck of the ship, or perhaps taking a knot tying class or a behind the scenes type of conversation with the captain and the hotel manager. Maybe you're brave enough to ask to take the helm or help us set the sails. You are welcome to enjoy these activities, but they're certainly not required. We have an open seating policy on board. Dine with whom you want, when you want, during the posted hours for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's a very convivial environment on board, where you'll not only enjoy those that you're traveling with, but get to know and meet others those that will become friends of a lifetime. Evening entertainment is more of a soft type of entertainment. We have fun things on board, such as Pirate Night, where our guests have that opportunity to dress up and get their best arr on, or simply enjoy and watch. We have music and dancing and or karaoke and some type of activity on board. You can stargaze with our third officer on board. And when we stay late in port, we also have that opportunity to bring entertainment locally, bring them on board our ships for our guests to enjoy. No matter what you enjoy during the day or the evening, it really is about personalizing and making this your own vacation experience. And we know, again, there is magic in those sails. Included in Star Clipper's pricing is our complimentary water sports, such as snorkeling, kayaking, paddleboarding, sailing, and more. Now I'm going to take the opportunity to introduce the Star Clipper's fleet. We have twin sisters, Star Clipper and Star Flyer. These are the ships that are football field long, end zone to end zone. That is 36,000 square feet of sail. We have a 2-to-1 guest to staff ratio on board. And yes, these are the ships that carry only 166 guests and 83 staterooms. One of the reasons I share this particular slide is this ship is in the Marine National Park waters of Thailand. So this was a few years ago when we did sail in those waters, but truly this is the type of itinerary of a lifetime where there's the beautiful sea, the beautiful sky, and those gorgeous karsts. There's no other ships around you, there's no other crowds, etc. We can just simply drop anchor and be surrounded by all of this beauty. And this truly delivers a much different experience in seeing the world, very up close and personal. The Star Clipper and Star Flyer have 2 pools on board. They have a library, we have a tropical bar, a piano lounge, and let me share some of those interior spaces with you. Of course, we're nautical style and feel. This is the interior tropical bar and piano lounge. By the way, that drop down in the center is actually the base of the midship swimming pool. I dare you to skinny dip. But I love the interior spaces once again, inviting you to a view of the sea. Late afternoon, early evening, and throughout the dinner hour, our pianist will play the grand piano. And probably the heartbeat of this ship is the tropical bar outside. Oh, by the way, my stool is the third one on the right. Another beautiful interior space to relax and enjoy with beautiful views of the sea, our library. Here's an opportunity to play board games, maybe card games, and drop off and take out type of library. And of course, our dining room on board these 2 ships, which again, the entire ship is able to dine at once, and again, makes for very, very convivial, nice and relaxing. There's no second dining seating ever to push you out of the way. And a variety of accommodations on board to fit every type of budget. Ocean view, by the way, on a sailing vessel, here's a perfect example, does have a porthole. Our accommodations are very comfortable, lots of good storage, and again, good night's rest so you can be out and about and enjoy on deck, on shore, at the beach, wherever your itinerary might be. And the bulk of the inventory is this style of accommodation, ocean view. For those that might like a little bit larger stateroom and perhaps a full picture window, we actually do also offer 8 deluxe ocean view. This is known as our category 1s, or pure luxury in our owner suite. I'd like to introduce you now to the flagship of Star Clipper's fleet. This Royal Clipper is the largest fully rigged sailing vessel in the world today. You will know her anywhere because she is fully rigged 5-masted. This ship, though, is beautifully designed in a football field and a half long, very spacious, but only 227 guests, 54,000 square feet of sail, as well as a 2-to-1 guest to staff ratio. She's a different style of clipper ship. She is modeled after the Preußen from 1903. The other two ships are actually a barkentine style of clipper ship. So here on Royal Clipper, a little bit more style, modern style and feel, with a 3-deck high atrium, 3 swimming pools. Let me share with you the additional view. Again, nautical style and feel, so you'll know your ship. She's got a piano lounge and inside tropical lounge as well. The beautiful views of the sea. A little bit more of the interior space here. And the Clipper dining room, which happens to be at the base of the 3-deck high atrium on this ship. She too has a library. And we do actually have a treatment rooms for a variety of treatments or massages. She also has a small fitness center. And on this ship, this is where we actually launch the marine sports, the complimentary water sports. We have a marina deck aft. On the Starflyer Star Clipper, we actually will take you in a tender right to the beach and launch the water sports there, or just simply from the tender right into the water. No matter what, we're going to get you onto those different water sports activities if you desire. Again, a variety of accommodations, including the bulk of the inventory being our ocean view here on the Royal Clipper. It's a 2 porthole view, categories 2 through 5. Again, comfortably accommodations throughout, lots of good storage. And uniquely different. If you'd like a larger accommodation, maybe you're familiar with a balcony or veranda on another type of cruise ship. We have 14 deluxe suites that do have a private veranda or balcony, as you can see here. Full picture windows, a place to sit and enjoy outdoors, as well as a spacious stateroom. We also have two deluxe ocean view staterooms on board for category 1. And this ship also has 2 owner suites, each of which can accommodate 4 guests. And if you're traveling maybe with others, perhaps you'd like the opportunity to purchase them both because they do connect. One thing I will share with you before I go into our destinations is the fact that our ships do sell top down. Well, what does that mean, Beth? What that means is that the deluxe space, which is very limited on board, does sell first. And we affectionately refer to it as the race for space. You've got 2 ships with only 83 staterooms, 1 ship with 114. As Beyonce says, you see it and you like it, put a ring on it. What we're suggesting here is that if you see that itinerary, great offer, time you want to travel, deposit it. It's a simple $400 or $800 per person deposit, depending on your category type. And again, it's that way to lock in this amazing trip, but get exactly what you want. So very unlike a typical cruise line where you wait and wait and wait perhaps and book close in and get this great deal, we do it just the opposite. We entice upfront and again, refer to it as the race for space to truly get what you want. And as I go into this section about destinations, this is where I think, again, you all of a sudden say, oh, wow. And I'm going to share with you what are the most popular itineraries where, again, you do need to book well in advance. I shared this particular slide with you for the purpose of not only its beauty, but it truly gives you an idea that Star Clipper ships do not have to pull in port where the big ships are. Here in Dubrovnik, we actually drop anchor. We are right outside the city walls, which is exactly where you want to be when you're in the city of Dubrovnik. We don't have to pull in an ugly port where there's thousands of people perhaps getting off, having to be bused then to the main attractions. It's that very up close and personal opportunity when you're on board with us. In the deep winter, which hopefully the whole nation has finally gotten out of, and what I mean by that is the December through March timeframe is when we're actually what we consider being in the warm waters of the world. For us, it means that we place 2 ships in the Yachtsman Caribbean. So think, if you're a cruiser, we're not talking about the typical Eastern, Western, Southern type of itinerary from Southeast Florida or from Texas or New Orleans. We're talking about itineraries that leave either from St. Martin or Barbados and then sail the Yachtsman Caribbean. What I mean by that is a perfect example in the Leeward Islands, which we sail on Starflyer 1 week from Phillipsburg, St. Martin, to these gorgeous, beautiful, idyllic Yachtsman Caribbean itineraries, Antigua, St. Bart's, Ile de Saint, because we can go into those beautiful harbors. We can just simply drop anchor and go where big ships cannot go. Or the beautiful Treasure Islands, also offered the following week. So we alternate these two itineraries from Phillipsburg, St. Martin, and it makes it very easy for you to put them back to back. Royal Clipper is sailing from Barbados, and she alternates 1 week to the Grenadines. And here is one of my most favorite shots. I just sailed the Royal Clipper last December. We are in Soufriere, St. Lucia. The ship is at anchor. We can go in tender to enjoy Soufriere itself. And again, the beauty absolutely surrounds you. And what you're not seeing are the beautiful pitons, which are truly the face of St. Lucia. But again, you get a much better sense of where our ships can be, where the others are not. The following week, we're in the Windward Islands. Again, Martinique, also St. Lucia on this itinerary, St. Kitts, etc., for that up close and personal type of itinerary. And every other week, this is something you'll want to speak to Paul about. Every other week, our two ships in the Caribbean meet and they race to the next port together. True fan favorite. Everybody's out on deck. They're cheering their crew and their captain on. Some of them wish we would turn on the motors, but no, we're going to primarily use the wind. Anyway, great fun. The other ship, Star Clipper, during the deep winter, again, December through March, is actually in Central America, which we started this past December. And these are 7-night itineraries where you have several options. One of them is a round trip Puerto Caldera, Costa Rica, combining beautiful ports of call in both Costa Rica as well as in Panama. So these are the coastal cities on the Pacific Ocean side. Another beautiful itinerary is including a stop in San Juan del Sur, Nicaragua. This is a beautiful beach surf city, casual, laid back, beautiful. And again, keep in mind, we're in the Pacific coastal waters when we sail. And then as we come into and out of this particular itinerary, we have beautiful itineraries from Balboa, Panama, up to Puerto Caldera, including places here, as you notice, Parita Island and Marine Park, Gulf of the Crequy, Marine National Park waters, as well as coastal ports of call going to Puerto Caldera, Costa Rica, and then come March, we do the reverse of this itinerary. Which means during some of this transition time in November and in March or April, we have 14-night Panama Canal itineraries. This is a sample itinerary going from Balboa, Panama, back to the Caribbean waters, but they're very limited. They are a full transit of the canal. Each of them are 14 nights, and it's a beautiful way, again, to go through the historical canal. Okay, where are we the rest of the year? Well, once we're back in the warm waters and we've come back through the Panama Canal and the Caribbean waters, every April and November, all three ships do transatlantic ocean crossings, which we do market and sell, as well as then in the Mediterranean, all three ships are there late April through late October, early November each year. Let me share with you some of the gorgeous itineraries. So as we come across the transatlantic and come into, we have beautiful itineraries that include Portugal, lots of places in Spain, the Balearic Islands, Malaga, Motril, Cadiz. And again, you get a sense for the type of location we can be and the islands and so forth where we can be that the big ships cannot. Morocco has been very, very popular over the past number of years, so we have itineraries that include these beautiful ports of call. And one of my favorites, sailing in and out of Malta, whether it's Valletta or Gozo. We sail, some of our gateways in Europe are Cannes, France. So we have beautiful itineraries that definitely include the French Riviera. Wow, soft in my heart is Monaco. I have yet to go to Saint-Tropez and cannot wait. And these are gorgeous itineraries that are very often combined with Corsica as well as Sardinia. Many itineraries are 7 nights, but we also have 9, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then we also have grand voyages that are built from 14 night to 19 nights, already built and well priced. We also gateway from Rome, which is Civitavecchia. Beautiful itineraries, including the Amalfi Coast, Sicily. This will be Taormina, one of my fan favorites, the Pontine Islands, Lipari. Another fan favorite that we do a lot of is our 7-night Croatia itinerary. So Dubrovnik included, coastline cities, giving you more in depth of seeing gorgeous Croatia, sailing round trip from Venice on the Grand Canal. And I just did a tingle from head to toe because that truly is on my bucket list as well. We also do quite a bit of the Croatia, Montenegro in combination with either Greece or Italy, and those are 10 and 11 nights. So the itineraries I've just highlighted are very, very popular and must be booked in advance. And lots and lots and lots of Greek islands. We sail between 30 and 35 different locations throughout the Greek islands, sharing with you just a couple of the sample 7-night itineraries, but certainly a vast amount of itineraries that have a variety of Greek islands as well. This is one of our very popular Southern Cyclades itineraries. Wow, you can see the ship right there in the port where we can just drop anchor, Santorini, but other locations, Hydra, Bodrum, Turkey. So you've got some coastline Turkey in there as well. Highly popular is the Northern Cyclades itinerary because on this itinerary, you're stopping in Kusadasi, which is your optional tour into Ephesus. Spetses is one of my favorites because it's a beautiful island that's non-touristy and they don't allow automobiles. Also on this itinerary is Mykonos, a very fan favorite. I understand there's a part of the island that you go to because they have the most beautiful sunsets in the world. And our Sporties highlights, which will take you much further up into the Aegean. Again, a little bit of the coastline of Turkey. You have Skoplios and Skiothos, both of which were highlighted in the original Mamma Mia movie. And again, I love this visual because you can actually see where our ships can be and not have to be in a port. Quickly moving through the rest of our destination information here. Star Clippers is open for sale through March of 2025, which means that we have our Caribbean and Costa Rica itineraries available this December 23 through March of 24, but also December of 24 through March of 25. And it truly is not too early to choose the itinerary, the cabin category, and some terrific offers with Seadog Travels. That also means that we're available Caribbean itineraries that I highlighted, Grenadines, Windwards, Treasures, Leewards, from December of 23 through March of 24, December of 24, March of 25. And very soon, I would say early to midsummer, we will actually open for sale through the entire season for the Mediterranean 2025. And once again, planning early is well worth it, particularly if you want any of those very, very popular itineraries, as well as any of the deluxe space. Right now in 2024, we have space. Much of the deluxe space is gone. So, but there are destination itineraries available throughout the season, but do not wait because it is to the point where you really do need to look forward and say, yes, I want to go and make it happen. So on behalf of Star Clippers and Seadog Travels, we appreciate your time today. We appreciate the opportunity to introduce you to a vacation experience of a lifetime. Perhaps those that are listening and watching this have already sailed Star Clippers. If you've not, we invite you to do so. And at this point, I'd like to turn it back over to you, Paul.
Thanks, Beth. I really appreciate your time in going through Star Clippers. And if I could share kind of my favorite thing about Star Clippers that is kind of implied in everything that you said is getting to those remote ports and island hopping is one of my favorite things in the world to do, whether it's Caribbean or Mediterranean, because can really get into the local culture and experience it the way it is. And I really like that.
Thank you.
So Star Clippers, on this Earth Day, tall ships, again, that's the reason that we really love Star Clippers. We're all about tall ships, and the experience is really, it's a personal experience. And one thing we do at Seadog Travels is we really work to promote those types of travel experiences on the water and on land that will really kind of speak to you. It's not just a vacation, it's much more than that. And so, as Beth said, we can help you book from individuals, solo travelers, all the way to groups. We can do that. We also have a benefit from booking on Seadog Travels is an onboard credit offer that you get per cabin, $150 per. And we can help you explore the types of destinations where you want to travel. And providing that kind of personal service is what we're all about. And that's another reason why we love Star Clippers so much. So with that, there are and here's our contact information right here. So feel free to call or write anytime. If you call, I pretty much will answer all the time unless we're unconscious. And if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat box before we finish up here. Either Beth or I could address any questions that you have. I note that this presentation will also be put up on our YouTube page, and you will get a follow-up email from us afterwards. So thank you for attending. We really appreciate you being here on this Earth Day. And thank you, Beth, for taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us. And we look forward to sailing with everybody soon.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you to everyone. I don't see any questions at this point in the chat box, but I do hope that you'll reach out to Paul and let him know if he can share additional information with you, answer those questions. And as a Star Clippers preferred agency partner, we're here to support not only him, but to ensure that you do have that vacation of a lifetime. So happy Earth Day. Thank you to everyone, and I will sign off.